as for the training, we wanted to, Christina has been receiving some tickets and requests and questions about these topics. So maybe you know this, but I think it's worth repeating this. First question I wanted to discuss, and I want to have this as a conversation. So if anyone has questions, please, definitely unmute yourself and ask questions and stuff like that. But this first topic is about the email reputation and making sure that your emails are receiving the emails, that your users are receiving the emails. So something that can happen sometimes is that people use different email clients. Some people use Gmail, some other people use AOL or Yahoo Mail or stuff like that. And then each one of these clients are classifying emails in their different ways. Some of them classify as kind of your inbox, but then classify some others as social, or some others as promotional emails and stuff like that. And we want to discuss with you about this. Christina produced a training document that you will find in the Help Center. So this is a print screen of that article, so you don't need to remember all this. You can look it up later, but I wanted to explain that our system is sending emails essentially from 3 email addresses. That I'm going to explain what those 3 email addresses. One thing that contributes to receiving the email in the inbox and not in the spam folder, and it depends on the email client, but it's adding these email addresses to the contact list of each person. So basically Gmail and all these email clients are classifying email based on what they know, but they don't know if it's spam or a promotion or something. But if you're in their contact list, they think, oh, if they're in the contact list, it means that the user created them in the contact list, so they really accept this source. So that helps getting messages in your inbox. Now, you should add these 3 email addresses that are listed here, because those are the 3 email addresses we send messages from. One address is village@helpfulvillage.com. So we send email addresses from that address every time there is password instructions or something relative to the creation of the account. So that is one. The second one, email address that we send will be like this: is yourvillage@a.helpfulvillage.com. So this is the email that is being sent for all the individual emails. So those are the emails we send to each individual person, kind of reminders for events, the individual opportunities to volunteer, their invitation to renew membership. All the individual emails come from here. Christina is giving here an example, which is DC Waterfront, which is one of the villages, at a.helpfulvillage.com. For every village, it will be different, right? I know Sausalito is Sausalito at a.helpfulvillage.com. When we send the email, if you open up on Gmail, in the from, it will say the name of your village. But then if you expand that list, it's going to say the specific email address we're sending from, right? And for each village, we send from a different email address. Now, there is a third email address you should invite your users to add to their contact list, right? Is the one that you use for your MailChimp account, right? So you can set up your MailChimp account and you can connect your MailChimp account with Helpful Village. When we do that, we send the emails to groups using your email address. So you can find this email address going to admin settings and the email tabs. I'm going to show this next. And this is for the email from groups. So you can see here, this is where you can find your the email address we're using for MailChimp. If you go to admin settings and then go into the email tab, down here for the MailChimp configuration, you will see the email that is being used for your village to send the MailChimp messages. So that is one of the 3. There's another thing that I would add here, Christina, that you didn't put in the slides, is that you should look at, let me go to demo. People management groups. Yeah, if you go to people groups and then tag people, you will see one of the tags are these different MailChimp groups, right? So the MailChimp people that are in our MailChimp, synchronized with our MailChimp list, MailChimp archive, MailChimp cleaned, and then there is HV email bounced, HV email complaint. So bounced, it means that our server trying to send an email to this person, but this email address doesn't exist. Maybe sometimes there is a typo, or maybe just invented an email address that does not exist when there is an error. our system is automatically informed that there was a problem delivering that email. We're going to put that in this list, and the people that are on this list of HV email bounced, we are not trying to send them emails again because they have an erroneous email address. Same thing for the other group that is called HV email complaint. This is the people that went to their inboxes and they hit on the this is a spam email message because they don't want to receive email from your village. That can happen. In that case, they will be added into this group. So you can open this group and see who is in there. And then the system will not send them an email while, if people complain, considering your email about a spam. So if someone is not receiving that, you should also, invite them to look in the spam folder. Ask them to include the email in the contact list, the 3 emails we said before, and also you should check here HV email complaint, HV email bounced. If it's on any of these lists, we're not even trying to send them an email until you fix the problem. Maybe you correct the typo on their email address, and then once you correct the typo on the email address, so we can do it here. I'm going to show an example of this. I'm going to come into this group, and let's say for Brit Abernathy here, we had a typo on the email address, and then this is, okay, this not, we talked to her on the phone or something, blah. And then let's say that the right email address is like this. And then we come here, we save it. And basically the next thing you need to do is go back to groups, people management groups, and then tag people. And then here you have HV email bounced. And now that we changed the email address, we want to try to start sending email to them again. Wow. She's not in here anymore. Maybe we made it automatic. Let me see. Because we changed the email, I think we removed them from the bounced list. So she's here. Yeah, we unchecked the bounced email for you when we change the email address. So you don't even need to worry about that. We do that automatically. If we change the email address, we're going to try to start sending email to this person again. Okay, next. Well, first I should pause. If you have questions about email deliverability, this is a good time to ask them because we're going to move on to a different topic.
Yes, Manuel, there's a question on the chat. If any of the groups are not there, are they created automatically? I responded that yes.
Yes. Yes, so basically when we send the emails from Helpful Village, right? So our servers are hosted with Amazon Web Services, and we use their email service. When there is a problem delivering the email, someone marks it as spam or is bounced because it doesn't exist or something, or there is a typo. Basically, Amazon informs our server, creates the group, and puts this person in that group. So we take care of that automatically. That's a good question. I know Margie had another question, yeah. But you're muted, I think.
I'm unmuted now. So when you did that with the HV bounced,
yeah,
it automatically unchecked HV bounced.
Yes.
When you change it, does it automatically check the MailChimp so that they're now back on MailChimp?
No. It's not automatically done on MailChimp. So basically, there are two things with MailChimp. Let me go back to the demo side here. If we look at the status here, right? So MailChimp is like, you want this person to, subscribe to your mailing list, so you check this box. If someone contacts the village and they want to be removed, right, from the MailChimp list, you are going to uncheck this box, right, and then save. When you uncheck this box and save, actually this will become checked, which is MailChimp archived. It means that the person asked the village to be removed, okay? And then in that case, if they contact you again saying, no, actually I asked to be removed, but I want to be back, well, then you check the checkbox again and we take care of that automatically. Now, sometimes something that happens is that the person can come in and there is a link on the mail that allows them to unsubscribe themselves without contacting the email. If they do it themselves, that will notify MailChimp, and also it will be updated here with the MailChimp unsubscribed value here. And then if you want to resubscribe them, well, they need, you need to do something with the application form and stuff like that. But we are not gonna change these checkboxes when you check the email address, because that's kind of happened with MailChimp, which is an external system. So we need to do something. We're not doing it automatically. But
Okay, thank
it's
you.
more of a manual process. It's a great question, Margie. There are any other questions, Chris, on the chat? Yeah.
Yes, there is one more. When do we need to sync with MailChimp?
Yeah. So we do an automatic synchronization first. You can go anytime. You can go first. You can synchronize each person individually here. Let me see. Yeah, you see, for example, for each person on the database where you see something is kind of funny, or the check, you know, I don't know, my checkboxes don't look right or something, you can come individually to each person, and each person has a MailChimp sync link on this area. And then if you click on that button, it's gonna do some work. It's gonna tell me, should have told me that, you know, it's synchronized or something. Now, that's for the person. The other way you need to synchronize, you can go here to people management groups. And then here in the groups, you can go to any of the groups you have, right? For example, it can be drivers or anything, and any of these groups, or actually, let's go back here. I'm gonna do active members. It's a mailing list. Any of these groups you can synchronize manually anytime, right? So you can come here, and then you can say synchronize with MailChimp, click this button, I confirm, I say okay, and then it's gonna do synchronize everyone that is on this list. So you can do that anytime. Now, we automatically do this for you every Thursday. Actually, I think it's every Thursday in the earlier morning, where we're synchronizing the active members, the active volunteers, and something else. So you can do it anytime you want during the week, but we'll do it on Thursday for you.